guys, I'm Wati, and in this video we will talk about the Sherman Tier 7 Panzer IC. After my previous video of how to play a light tank in World of Tanks, some of you asked me for a review of this tank. I will compare this tank with others of the same Tier 7, so you can decide to pick it or choose some other light tank. After that, we will go to the battlefield to show you its capabilities, so you can get your legendary winnings and medals with this tank if you decide to have it in your own garage. From the outside, we can see its spotting devices that are in the top side of the chassis. This means that you don't need to show the whole tank to spot. The top side is enough. This information is vital because showing the whole tank makes it easier for the enemies to damage you. The shape of the tank helps when you learn how to move it because it's not large. Moving left and right is very useful to avoid enemies' projectiles. As you can see, this tank has almost no armor, so the best tool you have to defend yourself from enemy projectiles is your mobility. So use it wisely. Now let's go to the consumables. 2 repair kits are needed because you don't want to get your tracks broken in this tank during the battle. With such a thin armor, that could be a death sentence. And you better have one small or large aid kit to heal your crew when injured. Here we are in the official website of the World of Tanks in the Tankopedia. Okay, here we will compare the Panzer IC with the other light tanks of the same tier. For example, here is the LTG, the T-71DA, and so on. So first we start with the damage per round that is with the standard projectile. And this is the best one, the best of other light tanks. I see it's 220 damage per round with the standard round. Other tanks has, you see, some of them 90, 75, 180, but 220 is kind of decent damage per round with the standard round. So in this point is the best, but when we see the rest of the points are not so good, like the damage per minute is 1320, that is lower than the average of these medium tanks. The highest is the LTG with 2000, then you have 1881, 1600 for, you see. The other light tanks are kind of much better, but not the GCR, that is the worst of light tanks you can get. I shouldn't even put this tank that is the worst in everything. But let's go on. So then we have the penetration of their standard projectile is 145. That is quite the average. It's quite even better than the average. It's one of the best. Only the WSIT 132 is superior to it with 159 penetration with the standard round. Then the penetration with the premium round is 210. That is fine too. It's very good. Again, the WSIT 132 is better than this pick, but not for much. Then we have the aim. The aim is not good. Not good is 2.5, and okay, the other tanks are, most of them are much better than it. The T-71 CMCD is the best with 2. Then we have the speed. It's not the fastest tank. It's one of the worst tank. It's a slow light tanks compared with the other light tanks. It's only 58 kilometers per hour, while most of them are more than 60 kilometers per hour. 58 kilometers per hour is speed that some medium tanks has it. So the speed is not the best of this tank. Then we go for the velocity of rotation of the turret. The speed of rotation of the turret is 44, while the, the the normal is 48. That is not also the best of this tank. Then we go for the vision range of this tank is 370, as you see. The others are, most of them are higher. Most of them has 390 of vision range, and that's it. It's a complex tank. It's not easy to play. It's not easy to learn it to play. But once you learn it, you can have a lot of fun, and you can have legendary winnings, as I said, and you can have a lot of medals with it. But then you have to learn it, and you have to try to learn it. But this comparison helps to choose the best options, for a light tank. But not only with this comparison, because also the shape of the tank, it helps to be a better or worse tank. When the tank is so big, is if we see another shapes of tanks that bigger than this one, is easy for the enemy. It's easier for the enemy to punch you with their rounds, So you have to also take in consideration that one. Okay, I recommend you to, if you have the opportunity to play it, just to try it. But then also you can choose another ones to start, like other tanks that are faster or easier to play, or have more mobility, or more damage per rounds, for example, or more damage per round, no, but more damage per minute, for example. And then you can compare. But let's go to the battle. So there in the battle we will see how it works, how it moves. Now we are in Prokhorovka Night, and this tank plays very good in this map, as my last video of how to play a light tank in World of Tanks, that I show you how to play and help your team spotting the enemy. This is the basics of any light tank, spotting the enemy. In this map, the Speak moves like a fish under the sea. This tank doesn't have the mobility and the acceleration of other light tanks of the same tier. Its maximum speed is 58 kilometers an hour, and there are some other medium tanks that can go faster than this tank. The tank has not a long chassis. That is good to avoid the enemy rounds. On the other hand, it's tall, so you will have to be careful to not expose yourself when you are going up a hill. Its armor is paper thick, so all this configuration make it complex to play, but once I learned it, it became one of my favorite tanks in my garage. In this kind of tank, you better use the mobility. 90% of the time I'm playing on the Speak, I'm playing at maximum speed. The gun on this tank is good, 220 hit points damage per round, but its damage per minute is lower than other light tanks, so engaging in a duel with other light tanks is a disadvantage for the Speak. It is not recommended for long-range sniping, but it's good for hit and run. Also, it's not recommended to go in the front line. Use rocks, hills, buildings, and everything that provides you a cover. Otherwise, use the mobility in a smart way to avoid enemy rounds. Our mission is to spot. Spotting not only helps our team to shot the enemy, but also brings pressure to the enemy. Now what we are doing is moving in circles, forward to spot the enemy team and backwards to avoid being shooted by the enemies. You will see that the enemies start to be painted in the map in the corner of the left, so our destroyers and artillery mostly put some pressure on them. Eventually they will run away or they will be destroyed by our team. That also depends on the wise use of the information we are providing them. It's not the moment to be aggressive in the first stage of the battle, but it's the moment of supporting our team with our eyes. When the enemy team is well eroded by our team, then is the moment to attack and destroy the last tanks of the enemy or chase the enemy base if the enemy's tanks are far away from it. In this battle, I have enemies 2 tiers over me, but my mission is to get the Burda medal. That medal is given when you destroy at least 3 artilleries of higher tier. Now the enemies still have the 3 artilleries on the battlefield and they are superior in tier to my speak, so there is a chance that I can get it. Now you can see in the map that part of my team is advancing from the right side. As my map flips, depending on the direction of the tank, to make it clear is the opposite side of the train and the lakes. When that side of the map is clear or almost clear by my team, we will start to be more aggressive and hit directly to the enemy. Like in every strategy, it's always about choosing the right moment for direct confrontations and high risk. This seems to be repetitive and not fun, but at the end we will be rewarded if my team use that vision and bring it to them to advance. Still, some enemies are resisting on the right side of the map, but we are spotting them. The enemy light tanks are far enough to see our team advancing, so even we have less tanks on the battlefield, we have superior logistics. The enemy team is retreating to the left side of the map behind the train, so we have the opportunity to finish with the tanks they left surrounded by us. Now that my team destroyed the last tank remaining in the right side, we can go further to keep on spotting the enemy team. It seems like this side of the map is ours and the enemy retreated to the other side of the train rail. But wait, we spotted another enemy tank and our other light tank is going for it. Okay, now that it seems like the enemy is eradicated from this side of the map, we can go farther and check out if there is another enemy around. Now my other light tank is asking me for help, so I'm going to support it and I'm answering him to let him know that he's being covered. Oops, seems like the artillery smashed it. Let's revenge it. Yes! Yes, take a shot. Take a second one. Our second one stays in the bridge, but let's go for it. He won't go far. Boom! There you go, you smashed it. My first artillery done. There is the second one. Boom! Tracks down. Where do you think you're going? You can't move without tracks, man. Second shot. These artilleries are 2 levels higher. Normally with 2 shots is enough to send them to their garage. There you are. Boom! To garage, baby. There is one more out there, I know. In my third round meal, that will be my dessert, and will come along with the Burda medal. Yes, look at you. I've got you, baby. Come with daddy. I'm talking to my dessert. Clarifying, I'm not sexist. Oh no, what a shame. I fell down. This got all the sex appeal of the moment. Okay, after this uncomfortable moment, we go on. I'm hungry. Where are you? Why do you hide? Just because this tiny toy destroyed your 2 other artilleries? Come on. There you are. Take this shot for advance. Oh my god, someone shot me in the back. I'm almost dead. Take another shot, baby. And now, boom! You are done. Before I leave, I want to thank you for my first Burda medal. Thanks to my family that always supported me. Thanks. Okay, bye. As you can see, my baby tank is almost dead, but we have to help our team to win this game as soon as possible. Oh, do you see that? I have issues to move the camera around the map. No worries, I will learn soon. Now only 2 tanks left in the enemy team, and I'm hungry. I'm still hungry. Where are you guys? My eyes can't find you. Oh, seems like they are in the garage. No better place to hide. So that's it. Victoria! I have lost some silver, even though I didn't use premium rounds, but probably I had to use my large 8 hits. No problem. Well, these are the results. 3 artilleries in my pocket, and there is my Burda medal for destroying 3 artilleries of higher tier. I hope you liked the video. If so, give it a like and subscribe. I hope you all have a great day.